Urgent Philadelphia Eagles fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Philadelphia Eagles updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Eagles fans, today I've got some exciting, potentially game-changing news that could really shake up the upcoming NFL season for our beloved team. If you're like me, you're always looking for that edge, that extra boost that takes the Eagles from good to great, especially on defense, which has been the backbone of this franchise for years. Well, hold on tight because what we're about to discuss might just be the move that solidifies Philadelphia's pass rush for the 2025 season. Rumor has it that the Eagles are seriously considering signing veteran edge rusher Von Miller, one of the most decorated and respected players in the league. Yes, you heard right, Von Miller, the legendary linebacker with a resume that's almost unmatched in NFL history, could soon be donning the midnight green. But before I get into the details of this potential signing, let's set the scene. The Eagles have been on a bit of a roller coaster lately, especially on defense. After their Super Bowl win in the 2017 season, the team has been constantly tweaking, rebuilding, and trying to maintain that elite status. Last season, they showed just how formidable they could be, especially in the playoffs, with a relentless pass rush and a secondary that held up under pressure. However, as we all know, football is a game of attrition, and roster changes are inevitable. The Eagles lost some key pieces on defense in free agency: Josh Sweat, who was a breakout star and recorded 5 sacks in the Super Bowl, signed with the Arizona Cardinals. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who was instrumental in the secondary, also moved on. These departures leave a bit of a gap, especially on the edge rush. And that's where Von Miller enters the picture. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: he's 36, isn't he past his prime? Well, yes, Miller is no longer the young, explosive defender he once was when he was tearing up the league with the Denver Broncos and winning Super Bowls. But don't let age fool you. The guy still has a lot to offer. In fact, he proved last season that he can still produce at a high level, logging 6 sacks in 2024, which is impressive for a player who's been around for over a decade. His football intelligence, leadership, and playoff experience are what really make him stand out. When you look at the Eagles' defense, especially with the new coordinator Vic Fangio, who has a proven track record of maximizing pass rushers, adding a veteran like Miller makes a lot of sense. Now, let's talk about the specifics. Miller was released by the Buffalo Bills in March, a move that surprised many but also freed up cap space for both sides. Buffalo had to absorb a hefty dead money hit of over $15 million, but they also gained nearly $4 million in cap savings. For the Eagles, this could be a low-risk, high-reward move, especially considering Miller's reputation and his playoff pedigree. Remember, this is a guy who was named MVP of Super Bowl 50, logging 5 sacks and forcing 2 fumbles in one of the most dominant defensive performances in Super Bowl history. His leadership and experience are invaluable, especially when you're trying to close out games in the postseason. The Eagles, with their recent success, are clearly aiming to keep that window open, and adding a player like Miller could be the piece that pushes them over the edge. One thing that really stands out is Miller's ability to be a situational pass rusher. Last season, he averaged just over 21 snaps per game, which indicates he's well suited for a rotational role. That's exactly what the Eagles need: someone who can come in on third downs, in obvious passing situations, and during crucial moments late in games. His ability to produce pressure in limited snaps could be exactly what Philadelphia's defense needs to keep opposing quarterbacks on their heels. Think about the impact this could have on the young guys: Nolan Smith Jr., Jalix Hunt, players expected to see bigger roles in 2025. Miller's presence could serve as a mentorship and a spark, elevating their game and helping the entire pass rush to function more cohesively. And don't forget, the Eagles are not just looking to reload, they're looking to contend again. The recent hire of Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator is a testament to that. Fangio, who has a long history of developing top-tier defenses, previously coached Miller in Denver. Their familiarity could lead to a seamless integration, with Miller fitting into Fangio's scheme perfectly. Fangio's defenses are known for their creativity and aggressive pass rush schemes, and Miller's versatility and instinct fit right into that mold. It's worth noting that Miller averaged only about 21.5 snaps per game last season, meaning he's probably best suited for a rotational, situational role, which aligns perfectly with what Philadelphia needs. Now, I want to pause here, just for a second. If you want, the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Okay, back to the big picture. The Eagles are clearly targeting veteran leadership, playoff experience, and a proven track record of getting after the quarterback. Miller checks all those boxes. And let's be honest, for a team that's already won a Super Bowl recently, adding a player with his resume could be the final piece of the puzzle, someone who can mentor the younger stars, push the defensive line to new heights, and be a game changer in the right moments. Of course, there are questions. Will Miller accept a reduced role? How well will he mesh with the young core? But if history has shown us anything about Miller, it's that he's a team player, someone who's still hungry for success, especially with a chance at adding another Super Bowl ring to his collection. And for the Eagles, this isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about making a statement that they're all in once again, that they're serious about competing at the highest level, and that they're willing to bring in proven veterans who can make an immediate impact. Now, beyond just the X's and O's, this potential signing has a lot of symbolic weight. Miller's championship DNA, his leadership on and off the field, and his drive to chase more glory align perfectly with the Eagles' recent philosophy, building a team that's not just talented but also hungry, disciplined, and prepared for the grind of a deep playoff run. The Eagles have shown they're willing to invest in their future, but they also know that sometimes, the best way to stay at the top is to bring in those veterans who know what it takes to win it all. So, for the fans, the excitement is real. This move, if it happens, could be the difference maker in the Eagles' quest for another Super Bowl. It's about adding that extra spark, that veteran coolness, and that relentless pass-rushing mentality that can turn a good defense into a dominant one. And let's not forget, Miller's presence could also inspire the younger players to elevate their game, creating a culture of winning that permeates every level of the defense. Imagine the possibilities, Miller lining up next to the likes of Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, or even in rotation with Haason Reddick, creating chaos for the opposing offenses. Of course, nothing is official yet, but the signs are pointing toward a very real possibility. The Eagles are known for their strategic moves, their ability to identify undervalued talent, and their knack for making the right free agent signings at the right time. Miller's name has come up in discussions, and with the team's cap situation and their desire to stay competitive, it seems like a match made in football heaven. Plus, the storyline is compelling, an aging superstar chasing history once more, joining a team that's already tasted the sweetness of victory and is hungry for more. As fans, we can't help but get excited about the potential of seeing Von Miller in the green and white, rushing the passer, leading by example, and helping Philadelphia's defense to reach new heights. The NFL season is a long, grueling journey, but with moves like this, the Eagles could be setting themselves up for something special. So stay tuned, keep your fingers crossed, and get ready for what might be one of the most exciting off-seasons in recent Eagles history. Because if this signing happens, it won't just be a splash, it could be the move that defines the next chapter of Philadelphia Eagles football. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Von Miller is the perfect addition to push the Eagles back to the top? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him rush the passer in the upcoming season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Birds!